The Library of Alexandria did not fall in a single night. That is the lie history tells to make the loss bearable. It fell the moment humanity tried to know everything at once. At the heart of the library, beneath marble halls and cedar shelves, past scrolls gathered from every corner of the known world, there was a chamber few were permitted to enter. It held no books. It held a device. The scholars called it the Logos engine. It was not built to store knowledge. It was built to resolve it. The engine was an answer to an ancient frustration. That truth was scattered, contradictory, fragmented by language, culture, and belief. The Logos engine promised synthesis. It would take every written idea, science, mathematics, philosophy, theology, and translate them into a single, unified understanding, not metaphor, not interpretation. Truth, absolute and complete. The librarians debated for years before allowing its activation. Some warned that the human mind was not meant to receive unfiltered truth. Others argued that ignorance was the greater danger. In the end, curiosity prevailed, as it always does. When the engine awakened, it did not glow or roar. It listened. Scrolls closest to it began to pale, their ink lifting from parchment like breath from skin. Scholars felt pressure behind their eyes, a sensation like remembering something they had never learned. Languages collapsed into meaning. Symbols shed their shapes and became certainty. The Logos engine was working. And then the contradictions reached it. The world, it seemed, disagreed with itself. Was the soul eternal or finite? Was the universe ordered or chaotic? Could something come from nothing? The engine did not choose a side. It tried to reconcile all answers simultaneously. Reality strained. Walls cracked, not from fire but from impossibility. Scholars screamed as ideas rewrote themselves mid-thought. Some fell silent, their minds emptied. Others raved with sudden, perfect clarity they could not survive. And fire came, not as an accident but as consequence. Heat followed collapse. Lamps shattered. Scrolls ignited. Knowledge burned not because it was flammable, but because it was no longer stable. Amid the chaos, 3 librarians understood what was happening. They were not the most famous scholars. They were not philosophers or generals of thought. They were caretakers, those who cataloged, cross-referenced, and protected. They had spent their lives not chasing knowledge, but organizing it. They realized the truth no one else had. Knowledge was not harmless. Understanding was not neutral. The Logos engine was not evil. It was honest, and honesty, unrestrained, was lethal. As the library burned above them, the 3 descended into the chamber. The engine was destabilizing, still attempting to reconcile truths as the world unraveled around it. They did not try to destroy it. They understood that some knowledge cannot be undone, only hidden. Working together, they disengaged the engine, severing it from the library's accumulated wisdom. The moment it fell silent, the pressure lifted. The damage, however, was done. Alexandria was already lost. They escaped through forgotten tunnels as flames devoured centuries of human thought. Behind them, the greatest collection of knowledge the world had ever known collapsed into ash. History would blame war, accident, negligence. The truth would remain buried. The 3 fled into obscurity, carrying the Logos engine with them. In the aftermath, they made a covenant, not of power, but of restraint. They swore that no one would ever again be allowed to stand alone with such knowledge. That no truth, no artifact, no formula capable of reshaping humanity would be left unguarded. That curiosity would no longer outrun responsibility. From them arose the Archivists. Not rulers, not judges, but guardians. They would preserve what must not be forgotten, and conceal what must not yet be known. Every artifact would be watched, every truth weighed not by brilliance but by consequence. And always, always, there would be more than one watching. Because the fall of the library taught them the final lesson. The greatest danger is not ignorance. It is understanding without wisdom. And so the world moved on, unaware that its greatest loss was also its narrow escape.